Sports, I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's game at AT&T Center, it's the San Antonio Spurs going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for New Orleans, now these are the games that challenge you. They'll have their work cut out for them, but they believe they can come away with a win. You talk about great trios in NBA history, the Spurs trio, Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, last year moved into the #1 spot for career winning percentage for any 3 active players. Shaq, how long will it be before we see something like this again?
Well, the trio in the Spurs model has been synonymous with success. That's right, Ernie, synonymous. I don't know how to spell it, but it sounded good, so I hope you understand. Synonymous.
Sounds awesome.
It's going to be a long time before we see countless records and accolades between them duplicated.
A long time. So what year will it happen again? Come on, Dr. O'Neal.
2000, never.
2000, never. So in the 3000s it'll happen.
Yeah, the 3000s.
That means in 3000. But you have to go way back, obviously, in the history books to see guys that were that good between Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili. But the secret recipe for me, Coach Popovich. If you put those 3 guys on another team, they might not have the same success if Popovich isn't there.
That does it for us from here, for now. We turn it over now to Kevin Harlan. Kev.
You'll do the knowledge to the master builder.
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. This is the Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, the shot-blocking pair of Davis and Ashik inside. Norris Cole is out there with Thomas, and it's G in at the small forward position. Ashik no good. On defense, New Orleans keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Proficient in that game at the offensive end of the floor. I mean, their passing was dynamic and their shot selection was superb.
You do those 2 things hand in hand, Greg, you know the result. You move the ball like they did and take smart, good shots, you're coming away with a lot of wins.
And that one's good by Aldridge.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Here's Green. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Nice game for the Spurs. They want to turn it around after the loss to the Magic.
Yeah, not a fan of moral victories, but that game, in a lot of ways, was a confidence booster for them because they really didn't have it that night and yet still had a chance.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think they're one of the few teams that can play that poorly and still almost come away with the win.
Here's Parker following the basket by Anthony Davis. And Norris Cole is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Green kicks to Parker. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Cole. A 17-point game for him in the win against Memphis. Here's Davis. True on the 14-footer. Davis has got his second basket of the night.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Parker outside. The wide open look here for Aldridge. That one off the back iron and out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And stolen by Aldridge. Parker up top. 17 points in his last outing. And the wide open shot from Green. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Outside Thomas. Now the pass to Davis. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Now here's Parker. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
And Thomas.
It's almost hard to believe that somebody can throw it down like that.
It's a small club, right, Greg? I mean, it's a pretty small club, that's
very
for sure.
Exclusive.
He can really rise up.
Well, I tell you, I would have preferred to see a little more resistance from the defense on that play, though, guys.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Guys, you want to talk about one tough guy? How about the Turkish hammer, Ashik? Tremendous rebounder. A space eater in the paint, so long.
That's a great way to describe him, Kevin. Last year he finished 4th in the league in rebounds per minute. Plus, he's always lurking as a shot blocker.
He is.
Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now.
And here we go. Thomas heading to the hoop. Hammers it on to polish off the break.
What an incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it play.
Every single guy on their team with the absolute Midas magic touch, shooting the lights out here.
San Antonio with the ball, following the score by New Orleans. And he gets it to go. Duncan's got his first bucket in this one.
And, you know, going back to Ashik, I mean, he's not just a big, immobile guy. I mean, he's got really good flexibility, and that's helped him develop some post moves at the offensive end. He's no longer Mr. Dunk or nothing.
Now here's Ashik. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Tries to keep it alive. And here's Leonard. Nobody near Parker. Parker with another miss.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And Thomas has it in the corner. Double team on Thomas. To the paint. Here's Davis. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 3 assists tonight.
And going back to Amir Ashik's toughness, you can see it in his face. I mean, he's not going to smile at you. He's not going to show you any expression at all. Just a cold-blooded monster on the floor. No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
That pushes it to double digits. That's 12 points for Anthony Davis.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Boy, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And for Norris Cole, such an important role player, Greg, for Miami for a number of seasons. Last year, shooting percentages dipped, and that is one of the reasons why he was probably traded to New Orleans.
Yeah, and a lot of that, I think, had to do with somebody dipping out of town.
Yeah,
LeBron James, that would probably change the quality of your shots. But both figures did go up dramatically once he got to New Orleans. And remember, now he's playing with another great player in Anthony Davis.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
You know, going back to Norris Cole last year, after the trade to the Pelicans, he shot better than he had in his entire career. That and the 2 championship rings he brought with him really helped the Pelicans take the next step in the team's development.
Here's Parker. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And Duncan gets it to go in.
And, you know, talking about Norris Cole, this is a young man who still has plenty of upside. His assist-to-turnover ratio is solid. He's a competitive defender. I like where his game is going right now.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Pelicans shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
That free throw good from G. Spurs trail by 12. Now Parker. Aldridge a screen. Parker passes to Aldridge. Another shot. No good. Great D that time. From Davis.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Ashik with it. He's picked up by Parker. And Ashik kicks to Thomas. Here's Davis. No good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. And they ended up winning it going away.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here.
Boris Diaw, Manu Ginobili, Patty Mills.
New Orleans leading by 12. Screen by Ashik. Outside Thomas. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Thomas got his third basket of the night.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. There's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
And Davis puts it in.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Spurs trail by 15. Now here's Mills. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Diaw with it. Now Thomas defending. Here's Marjanovic. G with the rebound.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Here's Cole. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Mills with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the score.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Here's Davis following the bucket by the Spurs. Here's G. Buries the long-range jumper. G's got 6.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
San Antonio calls timeout. Anderson is checked in for the Pelicans. Holiday comes in for G.
Drew Holiday.
Here's Mills. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Thomas. Out to the right wing. Dishes to Anderson. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, Clark, there's an intimidation factor, a physicality that they've brought that comes into play.
Diaw can't hit.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Now, here's Thomas. 26 points for him last game against Memphis.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge. And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Now Holiday. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Fader on the way. Thomas, no luck.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Ginobili dishes to Diaw. Here's Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 5 to shoot. And he gets it to go.
What great touch there on the fadeaway. Man, right in his face.
Pelicans leading by 17. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
You know, a short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Mills passes to Diaw. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Kicks it to Anderson. Lets it go. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that. Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And here is Thomas. He's got 9. Davis setting the pick for Thomas. Got it off in time. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
What a 3 at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
Couldn't agree more. That'll give them a nice little lift, I think, going into the next quarter.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Pelicans ahead, running away with it. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And Tim Duncan closing out what's been a remarkable career, a Hall of Fame career. We heard from teammate Manu Ginobili about what Tim's meant to the San Antonio Spurs. As Manu saying, Duncan, no doubt the long-term face of the Spurs franchise and arguably their best player ever, which brings up the conversation, Greg, of where he stands all-time league-wide.
Well, he's right there. And listen, let's give him a little more credit, man. He's got 5 rings now, having won that championship 2 seasons ago. But look, Kobe's in that category with 5 rings and an MVP as well. So he's an all-time great. I don't know how you rank him, but when you have a conversation about the best ever, Tim Duncan will be in it.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for San Antonio, Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Butler in at the 3.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
For New Orleans, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. And the free throw, no good. And San Antonio shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Inside. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Butler. And it's 6 points for Tim Duncan.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. He's reshaped his body. He has gotten a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw in the playoffs last year, Greg, I think, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy Father Time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
Getting back to Duncan, when you talk to his teammates, they'll tell you he's disciplined. He maintains a strict diet, does off-the-floor training, from boxing to swimming, throwing tires, running in the sand. That keeps him motivated and engaged.
And talking about Duncan's new look, Coach Popovich had an interesting quote. Pop said, I look at him and tell him, you look like Sprewell used to look. Just skin and bones, ligaments and tendons. But you know what? You can't argue with success, and not many people have had more than Tim Duncan.
Babbitt, good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively.
It's San Antonio now, following the score by New Orleans.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
That's good. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here is Aldridge. He's coming off a 25-point game against Orlando.
Can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players, passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. We're talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Duncan. And he can't hit the second.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
they've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
A three from Anderson. It's hauled in by Duncan. Getting back to Duncan's rebounding, he's always had the great size and wingspan and timing, and he really positions himself well for those rebounds. But what seems to separate him is his quiet toughness. He'll never back down.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, he's not a guy that's going to yell or pump his fist. He's not going to flex his muscles to the crowd. He just silently assassinates you
well said.
out on the floor.
You're right. You're so right. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Oh, free throws good from Aldridge.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
And Anderson gets it to go.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebounds.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Before getting dinged up, Brian Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
Alonzo G is checked in for Drew Holiday. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign-and-trade.
Yeah, and that's the good Ryan Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset. And he isn't just a shooter. He can get it done on the backboard as well.
Anderson can't get that one to fall. Spurs have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Butler kicks to Duncan. Parker outside. Double team on Parker. Pass to Butler. The feed now to Duncan. It's stolen by Ajinça. That's a 2 from Douglas. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Parker's shot is off. The Pelicans have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Here's G. That's good with a Douglas assist. 8 points for G.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
Babbitt from long range, no good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. It's stolen by G. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
How
Yes,
about,
sir.
guys, that's one of those dunks that you probably want in your career highlight reel.
Douglas kicks to Anderson. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Douglas against Parker. Feeds it to Duncan. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
I tell you, you gotta love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Now here's Anderson. He has 6. New Orleans moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Ajinça dishes to Anderson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Anderson's got 6 points in the quarter.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
There's Green with the 3. Rebound by Ajinça. Ajinça's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Here's Parker, following the score by New Orleans. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does. It's stolen by Ajinça. Now Douglas passes it to Anderson. He kicks it to Babbitt. Douglas against Parker. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
A different look now for San Antonio. West is checked in for Duncan. Anderson comes in for Butler. And it's Leonard in for Daniel Green. Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Ashik comes in for Anderson. Douglas, no good on the free throw. The Spurs have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. West with a wide open look. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. Now here's Douglas. Pass to G. Screen by Ashik. Here's Babbitt with the 3, and the basket good. Babbitt's got 5 points so far.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Shots good from West.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now here's Davis. A 23-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. Couple blocks in that game as well.
Here's Parker. Following the basket by Anthony Davis. West misses off the right iron.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
And San Antonio has possession. The Pelicans make their lunch. And that one's good.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
That first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in assists for the Spurs over his 14 years there. Just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand.
And continuing our talk of Tony Parker, the first year he laced up his sneakers, he increased the tempo for that entire Spurs offense, and it continues to this day.
Yeah, and the increase in floor spacing and tempo, a big reason the Admiral, Tim Duncan, and Parker won the championship together in 2003, and obviously Duncan and Parker have won a few more rings since then.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Cole. He's got 6. The dish to Thomas. Three-pointer. And he gets the bucket. Thomas got 15.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Mills with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. There's a screen. He feeds it to West. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade. Only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Free throw drops for David West. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Now here's Mills, following the miss by Anthony Davis. The pass to Mills. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Thomas. Rob. And it's Leonard, top of the key. Great D that time from Davis.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans. And what a tremendous game for G. He's got 10 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
The Pelicans shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw good from G.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
And G drops them both. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out of them today. Just way too many.
Here is Davis. He's got 16. Thomas passes to Davis. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. 18 points for Anthony Davis.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
And it's about getting open looks, and they've used that shot with great effect here tonight.
New Orleans has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Davis sets a screen. Oh, and the jam by Thomas. Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh? Here's Mills. The Pelicans make their last shot. Here's Marjanovic. 4 on the shot clock. And here's Anderson from the arc. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Thomas, here we go. And that one's good. Thomas got 7 points here in this quarter.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, this just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that. Oh! That athletic. Yeah. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
So it's San Antonio now, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Marjanovic. Picked by West. And Anderson kicks it to West. That one bounces around and comes back out. New Orleans has gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. And the basket by Thomas.
Wow, 4 here in the first half. They're going to need to do something different on defense to trap this guy and lock him up.
Pick by West. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first half. New Orleans has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And chalk up a few more points for them there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
And Mills kicks to Leonard. A floater. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his second personal foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
For your Spurs, Kawhi Leonard. Taking 2 shots.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Leonard. Leonard hits them both. Thomas. And he drains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call we should see here, but no harm in going back to the footage and making absolutely certain.
Let's go, gentlemen.
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah, and that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls, and really a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Pelicans on top, delivering the blowout. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
All right, Kevin, here with Tony Parker. And Tony, you guys have struggled offensively so far in this game. Why do you think it's been so tough to get into a groove here?
I don't know. We've got a hard time to make a basket. We're playing a very good team. They play with a lot of energy. So hopefully in the second half we can shoot a little bit better.
Tony, thank you. Kevin, nothing like seeing 2 Titans get after it.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's New Orleans in control. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, they got more than a few problems to work out, but it all starts with their defense. I know the analytical people love to point out opponent field goal percentage, and tonight has been a big problem. They haven't defended with any purpose. They need a whole lot more activity on defense.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Here we go, San Antonio.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Really an incredible game from Team.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Spurs shooting struggles apparent, 37% from the field. So for New Orleans right now, Davis and Ashik in the middle. Thomas is out there with Norris Cole. And it's G in at the 3 slot. There's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Shoots the 3. And Ashik sends it back. Wow! And now the Pelicans on the break. And it's Davis missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assist and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
Thomas gets the bucket. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Here's Parker. He dishes it to Duncan. Kicks to Leonard. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Aldridge can't get it to go.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
And it's good. Green's got 9 points. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Outside Thomas, but 3. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Thomas. He's got 30 points. And talk about the 3-ball for him. Wow. Unbelievable from long distance.
Clark, there have been some fireworks from deep today, but he is just dangerous out there.
The Pelicans have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. And he hits the first of 3. He hits the second from the line. And he nails the third. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And here is Parker. Looking to get it going. Here's Duncan. It's rebounded by New Orleans. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Davis dishes to Usher. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And Cole kicks to Davis. Shoots from the elbow. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Davis has got 20.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Parker outside. Dishes it to Green. Back to Parker to end the run. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Asik's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. A slam dunk by Thomas.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning too.
But guys, the pass for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Leonard's got 8 points.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Davis sets a screen. Outside Thomas. Out to the wing. Let's go. That doesn't go either for Davis. The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Leonard kicks to Duncan. They kick it out to Green. Right side Leonard. Fires from the corner. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Aldridge has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here's Thomas. He has 35, and that one's good by G.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And that one's good. And it's 6 points for Aldridge.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
To the left side wing. Here's Thomas. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Aldridge a screen. Parker passes to Aldridge. And another basket for San Antonio.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Thomas dishes to Davis. And he banks in the layup. Davis has got 4 points this quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Duncan. Asik pulls it in. Asik's got his 6th rebound on the night. G, no good. The Spurs have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Now Aldridge, 8 points for him. Parker outside, jacks up a 3, but they'll get another chance. Look from Green, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Green's got 11. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the 3rd. Outside Thomas, there's the feed to G. Pass to Davis. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And that one is hammered home.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
And Cole kicks to G. Feeds it to Davis. From 17 feet out. That's good on the jump shot. Davis has got 6 in the quarter.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Asik against Duncan. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in blocks. Anthony Davis 3rd.
Well, anybody on this list, Kevin, is going to have the ability to get stops in a spectacular fashion, in a game-changing, dramatic fashion, in a crowd-pleasing way. That's what shot blockers do.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
Checking out the game Tim Duncan is having. 10 points and a steal. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Oh, look, league business clearly doing well. Franchises, values are skyrocketing, and a new TV deal kicking in next season as well. It represents the largest expansion of league revenues in history.
Thomas misses off the right iron. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Parker passes to Aldridge. Aldridge a screen. Anderson kicks to Duncan. Great D that time from Davis.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Over to the wing. Thomas against Parker. Right side Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Here's G. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got assist number 7 for him tonight. And the NBA's TV deal paying about 3 times as much per year as the previous deal.
And it's changing the math as far as the salary cap and contract negotiations go. For the fans out there, don't get sticker shock. The players expect to share in these revenues.
And Asha kicks to Davis. Double team on Thomas. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Ashik with the bucket.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Score of the basket is 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 mates.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Cole dishes to Davis. And they double up Davis. Here's Ashik. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Ashik's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Parker up top. Steps back and fires. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Ginobili the pass to Aldridge. Quick shot there, and it's off target. And for the Pelicans, their shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. Pass to Cole. To the left wing. Ashik with a screen on Parker. From downtown. And it's Cole missing. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Anderson. Parker outside. 1:57 left in the third quarter. Ginobili gets a wide open look. That drop is from Parker.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and free will in nature. The 2 clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Getting back to Ginobili and Popovich, everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless ways, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite here.
You know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, I mean, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like, and not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through West. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Clearly some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Diaw sets the pick for Ginobili. He kicks to Diaw. Back to Ginobili. Diaw sets the pick for Ginobili. Diaw with a wide open look. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. The dish to Anderson. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
New Orleans has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And we all know Drew Holiday is a tremendous talent. That's why he was traded for the draft picks that became Nerlens Noel 2 years ago and Elfrid Payton last season. Such impressive company that Holiday may be feeling the pressure to live up to.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. Getting back to Holiday, we've seen the size, the court awareness, the change of pace moves he brings. Clark with a little more assertiveness and continued improvement on his jump shot. He'd be hard for anyone to keep up with.
Well, I really like this young man's game. He's got tremendous natural ability and a great work ethic. I think he'd very well be one of the best guards in the league. Only 25 years old right now. Plenty of time to reach that potential.
And looking at Drew Holiday, there's one thing he could do to really improve his game. Something that would, for the first time in a full season, help get his field goal percentage up over 45%. And that's just to get to the rim more often. Attack off the dribble. And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
West kicks to Butler. That one a little long. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Pelicans ahead, running away with this one. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Pelicans shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. Mills and Manu at the guards. Boris Diaw is out there with West. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Now here is Davis. Sinks that one from the post. Davis has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for New Orleans.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Floats one. Diaw can't hit.
And trying to come up with a highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
Thomas dishes to Cole. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 15 assists. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Mills can't hit. Outside Holiday. He feeds it to Anderson. David West grabs the miss. Now here's Mills. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The pass to Anderson. And it's New Orleans scoring again. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Here's Holiday. Boris Diaw picking up that last basket. Holiday against Ginobili. Holiday attacking, and that one's good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Thomas against Butler. Picked by West. Butler passes to West. Here's the teardrop. Good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Cole. Davis has the open look. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Ginobili. He dishes it to Mills. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
New Orleans has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Davis kicks to Cole. Double team on Thomas. Dishes to Cole. New Orleans moving it around. Great open look there. 12 points for Drew Holiday.
And since the start of the fourth quarter, that three-point shot has just been there.
Yeah, exactly. Doing an excellent job, I think, finding the open guy on the perimeter. And the three-pointer is a major weapon for him right now in this quarter.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. Both teams will make substitutions. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Butler. Misses off the left iron.
You're not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Douglas kicks to Thomas. Now the feed to Douglas. Here's Anderson. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. Master at it.
San Antonio again missing. And it's the Pelicans ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Kicks it to Holiday. Pulls up from the corner. Another one falls for New Orleans.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball.
And Mills kicks to Diaw. And the three off target. New Orleans has gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And one thing we know is that across the board in the NBA, attendance is up all over. Franchise values are also at an all-time high. Overseas, the game continues to grow as well.
And the media deal in place says a lot about the popularity. It's not just broadcast. Fans are showing up as well.
Sellouts were at a record 700 last season, Kevin. The previous record was 676. Almost 22 million regular season fans. That's a big number.
No good on the second free throw. The Pelicans have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Thomas kicks to Ajinça. The jump hook uses the glass that time, and it's good. The Spurs have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Mills with it. Inside, here's Diaw. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Ajinsa's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Douglas kicks to Thomas. Misses the chippy right there. San Antonio's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Pass to Mills. Fires for 3. San Antonio again missing. Fires from the wing. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
And in today's NBA, it's all about spacing on offense. It used to be more about finding matchups to exploit. Now it is all about opening up great looks by spreading the floor.
Here's Holiday. Feeds it to Thomas. Inside. And it's blocked. And here's Mills. Here's the screen. There's the triple. That's good.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
New Orleans has gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Now Holiday. Anderson, a screen on Butler. Holiday goes in. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
Here's Mills. The Pelicans make their last shot.
And, you know, the new court projection visuals, all the rage in the NBA now. Instead of having to use a screen over the court, they just project video and images straight onto the court. I think before long, you'll see it everywhere. No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Those court projections you see in the pregame, we don't even have the best angle for them. They're so good.
Yeah, nice perk for those sitting a little higher up on those or those watching TV. It's about putting on the show and at the end of the day, entertaining the fans. Fellas, you look at Boris Diaw and say, my goodness, if he could just get in better shape. But he uses every bit of that significant backside of his to his advantage. Opponents can't get through him or around him, so he's making good use of the extra LBs.
Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for New Orleans. And Diaw drops them both. Getting back to Diaw, he has a sneaky quick first step. You think he won't or can't blow by you, then suddenly, and you know this, Greg, you're stuck to his hip as he's taking it to the rack for a and one.
You know, he's a bit like Foreman, and I'm not talking about his body type.
Or the grill.
Yeah, you know, Diaw plays with you a little bit, puts that body on you, lulls you to sleep, then wham, shows you up in the worst way.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And the Spurs making a change here. Ginobili's checked in. Cunningham, he's checked in for the Pelicans. New Orleans gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. And that one is good from Ajinsa.
Very high-quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
San Antonio's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Connects from three-point range.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Passes it to Holiday. He kicks it to Cunningham. New Orleans moving it around. Goes up the baseline. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Got himself into really good position there. Can't pass that shot up, guys.
For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. To the inside, here's Marjanovic. Can't hit from in close.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Now here's Mills. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Stolen by Anderson. 4 on 3 as they bring it up.
It's still pretty early to judge, but so far the 2014 draft class has lived up to the hype. The top guys were as good as promised, and a lot of talent down later in the draft as well.
Now here is Holiday. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Ajinça in the post. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Take a look at what Ajinça's done. He's got 10 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
And Ajinça drops them both. And San Antonio shooting not great, 40% for the game. Up top, Mills, defended by Douglas. Mills can't hit.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pelicans.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
Boy, I tell you, look at these teams, Greg. They're very evenly matched. This could be one of the better in-conference battles we see this season.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Thomas. What more can you really ask of a guy? I mean, when you come out and get a triple-double, making contributions all over the place.
Here is Douglas. Boris Diaw picking up that last basket. Second shot opportunity. Count the bucket.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there.
And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for San Antonio, Boris Diaw. At the line for 2.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Diaw drops them both. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Holiday. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Anthony, certainly a great win here tonight. What was the key to what this team is doing right now when you guys are playing like this?
Yeah, we just got to play aggressive. And, we just did that in the second half. It started in the first quarter when we came out. Our offense was clicking, but most important, our defense was clicking. And then when you do that, it's hard to beat us.
Stay aggressive, Anthony. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan Player of the Game. We watched a marvelous third quarter from him, and he basically put the game on ice at that point. And from that point on, they were in control. Kenny, what did you think?
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed one.
One thing that stood out to me was his contribution from deep. We know he can hit the three ball, but we saw him do a lot more damage than normal. And that really opened up the game.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.